上一集呢，我哋就由家長嘅角度去睇荷蘭嘅教育制度。今集我哋走入校園，究竟荷蘭嘅老師又點樣睇荷蘭嘅教育制度呢？
In China, I was a specialist teacher. I was a specialist English teacher. I was responsible for their English education only, and they also had a math teacher and a science teacher, and for every subject they had a different teacher. In this country, in primary school, students generally have one, maybe two teachers that teach them everything, that teach them maths and English and history and all the subjects that you learn in primary school. So that's a big difference, because here you really know your students well. You know their development in all different areas. So, for example, if a student is not doing very well in maths, I also see they're doing very well in English. And when I was in China, I only got an idea about their English progression. And we believe that every student has different talents. Likes different things, so it's good to get a full view for the student, who a student is and what they can do. I think the philosophy behind education is very different, and it's not that one is good or one is bad, but it's very different. And I think the approach to education is also different. So what you want to achieve in China, and in Hong Kong, the main goal is often to prepare students for college or for further education. And here we want to develop every part of a student, their creativity. We also, as you saw in the gym downstairs, their physical development, their emotional development, how well they deal with troubles or with positive and negative emotions. Their social development, how they can interact with others. And in the end, that will also prepare them for their job and for their later life, but it doesn't show on a test. You can't give a student a test on how social they are. So here, testing is much less important, and we test a lot less.
荷蘭嘅教育咧，大家都覺得好好㗎啦。但係荷蘭嘅教育專家咧，覺得佢仲未夠好喎。
You know, I think our educational system in the Netherlands is pretty good. Yeah. We have good education. Everyone says it, every test, every investigation says it. But there's also a lot of complaints about our education by parents, by society. Our education needs to be better, be more improved, be better as to be, I don't know, modern, more in this digital times, you know. A lot of things are still in books. And we have to prepare our children for the future, and our education should support that. I had this small group of 14 children, and it was in an area in Rotterdam that was not a very wealthy area. People were poor there, and the children were. Well, the interesting fact was that I, as an art educated person, was teaching them about art and how important it was. And the thing they gave back to me was, yeah, but what most important for me is that my grandmother comes and watches the presentation. And what's important for me is that we talk about this war situation in my home country, because that's what it's about when I'm at home. And what's important for me is that I finally make friends, because I don't know how to do that. And so they all had their own questions and their own ideas of what they thought was important. And I, as an adult, was pushing like my idea of what was important for them. And that was, for me, that was a turning point. Like, hey, this is, like, I'm not the expert, they are the expert. They know exactly what they want to learn and in what form. Like, that's up to me. I can do theater with him, but I can also make drawings with him, or I can write with him, or I can sing with him, or I can just go around this area, just take a walk, and I can make my own learning goals, and they have developing questions about it. So what we do here is, like, we use the environment, we use everything children know to make their learning process more meaningful. Like, they know what they learn and they know why they learn this.
多元化嘅教育體制，學生可以得到最啱佢嘅學習方法。愉快嘅教育環境令到學生身心得到發展。唔怪之得荷蘭嘅小朋友係全世界最快樂㗎啦！